Hey guys, so I've been wanting to create this illuminated art panel for a while, which is basically placing a light behind a canvas and letting it shine through the painting that is in front, of course. So I have in mind to make this beautiful abstract piece using my earth pigments. So I have a few samples that I haven't process yet. So I would like to take you on the process of grinding and sifting the colors that I'm going to be choosing for this beautiful project. Hey everyone, here we are, and I want to show you the samples that we are going to be working with this time. And this color is such a beautiful gift I got from a close friend from Peru. And as you can see, there are little pieces of clay, but also I think it does contain a little bit of sand and other fine minerals. This other one here, this is a sample that I have gathered here in the UK, in England. And as you can see, this is a very clay piece. It does contain lots of clay, that's why it's so thick and hard to the touch. But I also can see lots of organic matter in it, like little sticks and perhaps bigger pieces of rocks. And this is a different sample I collected near the water. And as you can see, it does contain lots of clay as well, because I even molded it a bit and it ended up keeping its shape. This other sample here, this one I collected in Tenerife, in the Canary Islands, and I was hiking through the forest and there were lots of puddles of water, there was raining a lot, and I saw that always near the water, the sediments, like the clay and the minerals, they start to come together and sort of wash away a little bit. So I saw this color and I decided to take a little sample. I am suspicious that it does contain lots of sand as well, perhaps other organic matter that is being very degraded. And this sample over here is definitely loose soil, as you can see, but it does contain lots of yellow pigment. This sample, I collected it in Peru, the Sacred Valley, and it is going to be a beautiful addition to this painting that I have planned in my head. And as you can see, there are lots of sand, little sticks like this one, and many other little sediments that I would like to remove before making the paint. This other sample here, it is very hard clay. This has the highest content of clay from them all, and this sample I collected it in Hereford, in England, in the countryside, and it is a beautiful color, and I'm going to also grind it and have it ready to make paint with it. So let's begin with the process. I'm going to start with this color here. So I'm going to take my mortar and pestle here and pour all this beautiful pigment here. And we're going to start grinding. Some samples require more force than others, and this one is a very soft chunk of minerals, I would say. So it's very easy and very soft and very satisfying to grind. Such a beautiful color. I always like to push the powder, the pigment against the wall of the mortar, so I can, there you go, like can you see? So I can really break down the pieces that are still holding lots of structure in there, and it's much easier and effortless, I would say. And I can see lots of different colors as well in there, little pieces of sand and other particles in there. So this is definitely enough. I don't need to do anything else here. And I want you to see how beautiful this pigment is. So I'm happy with this level of grinding, and I'm ready to sift. I'm going to take this little can and this is the mesh that I'm going to use. It's not it's a very common mesh, not very thick, you can see through it, so I can give you an idea of how thin it is. So I'm going to put a rubber band in here and make some space for this movement, right? Perfect. So now I'm going to put some of the pigment here. There you go. I can help myself with a brush, or simply use my finger or any other tool you will do. So now this is a very simple process of just sifting very softly. I don't want to push too much because I still want the pigments to go through without any force. And as you can see here, these particles, pieces of sand that I don't want ultimately. So very careful, I pour this over here and I continue to sift the rest of my sample. Again, we're going to do it very, very softly. And it goes super fast, like I'm not even putting a lot of effort in this. Just gently sifting the sample. And now I'm going to show you how it looks. Let me show you one sec. There you go. So here is the pigment that I'm looking for. As you can see, it's not very, very, very fine. Look at how it holds in itself. It's not super fine, but that's what I want. I want a pigment that is not that it still has lots of structure and texture in it, because that's the kind of paint that I want to create for this type of painting, for an abstract painting. I'm going to leave this over here, and then we're going to continue with the next one. I'm just going to gently clean the surface. Unless it's a completely different color, I don't bother cleaning my mortar very well. I just wipe it a little bit, and there you have it. So now the next color I want to do is this little guy over here, the one that I collected from the ground itself. So I'm going to take all the chunk. So I'm going to press a little bit. If the camera shakes a little bit, it's because I'm applying a little bit more of strength here. It was not as soft as I thought. And if you hear that sound, like, it is very stone-like, and I can see, I can feel that it does contain a considerable amount of clay. And look, this piece of this little stone just separated from the other, so I'm going to take it out and continue doing a small, hitting it very slowly, very softly. And if I can find rocks or other pieces that don't have the same color, I prefer to take it out always. There is little pieces of lichen and sticks and many things in it. I'm very curious and I'm very excited. Wow. I think that's a little piece of wood. I'm not sure, but I'm grinding it either way. Yeah, it's definitely a piece of wood. Yes. So I'm going to take it out because now I'm totally certain. But I'm going to leave a few because I also would like the texture of wood. I mean, making paint with organic matter, it will eventually decay in a way, but the ingredients that we're using to make the paint are going to prevent that to happen. So that's the other thing about making paint on your own, and you can control those future processes, natural processes that take place with organic matter in it, like wood. But still, we're going to grind it the best we can, and if we sift it and all the pieces of wood don't pass through, that's totally okay as well. I'm not gonna be upset about it, and I'm not gonna be forcing the wood to enter into my into my sample. So I can see the color is slightly darker for this sample here. And I love it. I really, really like. Some of these colors, like, they all behave very differently when we add water of any other medium. So I'm going to sift now. There you go. I'm going to place a rubber band around. There you go. Here I'm going to use my fingers so I can show you that you can do it however you want. So there you go. This type of mesh is so fast, like you can work so fast on preparing your pigments compared to when I make these watercolors here, that I have to sift through such a thick mesh that I just get to meditate a lot. But here it's just so quick. And look, as I thought, all the pieces of wood stay up and then they're not bothering me at all. So I'm not going to throw away these particles just in case I want to add them later into my canvas, into my painting, into my creation. So I'm just going to separate them and keep them aside like this. But as I said, being careful to take all the particles from the mortar, and obviously have enough material and enough pigment to work with in the first place. So here we continue here, and yeah, there you go. That's it. It's not difficult at all. It's so self-satisfying, and it's very easy. Now I want to show you the result of this color. Let's see. Oh, it's such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful color. Look at it. It's such a like a brown, reddish brown color, and I can feel that it's like a different type than this one. This one, it feels like it contains less sand compared to this one here. And they're all like very similar, but in itself, like, they have very different nature and properties, I would say. And now what do you think about moving to the yellow color? The beautiful, beautiful yellow color here. This one. So I'm going to pour it right in. Ooh, it's very dusty. So when you work with very dusty pigments or very dusty samples, I recommend to use a face mask or have your area really ventilated, like there's lots of airflow around, so you are not forcing your body to inhale all the dust that's around it. And right now I'm recording, so I cannot have a mask in front of my face. But what I do can is having some airflow, and that's definitely the best way to do it. So now to do this process super gentle. I feel there's lots of little rocks, and I don't want them to darken the color, and it's not going to be as bright and as yellow as I want it. So I'm just going to take a little bit, and then from here, there you go. I'm just using 2 fingers because this all is necessary here. And as you can see, that lots of sticks are already getting behind. And I'm not going to force it, just a little bit. There you go. And I'm going to also put this over here. There's quite a lot of pigment here, so I can keep on grinding. But since the amount of gel that I will probably use in this painting, it's not going to be that much, I will prefer to keep it and use it to a texture at the end if that's what I need. But at the moment, I'm just going to sift it and not do a second round of grinding on any of these colors or samples. And I'm going to be working with the first sifted pigment, which is this one here. Let me show you. Let me get a little bit closer here. It's definitely more fine, that's for sure. And it's just, it has so much pigment. Like, look at my hands. But yeah, this is what we need. I'm going to put it over here. And the next color is going to be a little bit more difficult because we are moving now to the hardest samples, the ones that are more solid, I would say, in terms of structure. And I think I'm going to use these ones here, because at first I thought of also working with these samples here, but now that I'm looking at them, I think I prefer this color, which is going to be like a better fit for the rest of the pigments I already have here. So it's hard to tell when you have them raw and choose your color palette from the samples that you have in raw. It's easier once you have them sifted and you're able to touch them and see how they behave with each other, then it's easier for me to decide. So I'm now like, I think I'm definitely going to use this one, and probably just this much actually. Let's see, I'm going to work bit by bit, and this is going to make a little more sound as well, so fasten your seatbelts. Yeah, I think this is definitely enough pigment for the painting I want to make. So it's so like the once you break the clump of clay, then it's easier to grind it afterwards, because then you just press it against the grinder and go in circles, and then that's it. And it's definitely easier if you're using a stone mortar and pestle, because if you're using the wood one, I have this other mortar made of wood, it's going to be a little bit more difficult. Not difficult, but it will definitely take longer for you to get to a powder consistency like you see here, right? It's so soft. I can already feel like there is none rocks or none sand or anything. It's incredible. Like, look, such a beautiful color. Such a beautiful color. So that's it. And look, it's coming out even clean. So now I'm going to use a different container. I don't need a big one. So it's easier to grind. As you can see, there are still some particles left to grind, but I'm going to leave them like that and place them over here perhaps. Yes, there you go. There you go. A little bit more. Perfect. As you can see, this is like a darker color compared to this one. Let me show you. This color is definitely darker than this one. So this is what I mean by you don't want to pound or like grind your sample too much to break these pieces down, because it's going to take some vibrance from the sample, from the color that you have. We're not discarding a lot, and again, I'm not throwing this away. So now let me show you the result for this one. Let me get a little closer here with the camera. There you go. Right. So as you can see, this, oh, such a precious, precious, precious color. There's lots of pigment in it, and it's beautiful. And if I put them all together and adjust the focus, of course, you can see the beauty. Let me transfer this to here. I think it might look a little bit better actually. There you go. So I have these 4 colors to make the painting that I have planned, this abstract piece that I have envisioned. So I'm definitely going to add other colors while I'm preparing the paint. What I mean is I include other colors to complement this palette, but for now this is the result of our work, and this is what we have obtained. I really like how they look together as well. So I'm really excited how this painting is going to turn out. I hope these guidance, these instructions were clear enough and somehow inspire you to create, to go and gather and collect and observe while you go on a hike or go through a walk, and observe the colors that you have around, even if you're living in the city. Like for example, this one over here, I collected it in London, in, you know, these big parks in London, the outskirts of London, or even in the in forest, like the Epping Forest here in London. You can find lots of different colors and samples like this that you can collect and wait them to dry. And once they're dry, you can do the process that I have guided you through in this video. And stay tuned.